Hello YouTube, I'm back once again with another blog, and yes, I'm at work, so I shouldn't be blogging right now, but hey, I gotta talk to y'all. We are 2 weeks away from the election, and this is the most serious election of all time, okay? And first of all, Obama and McCain is very close in the polls, and that's dangerous to me. It's very dangerous to me, because John McCain is a war hero, okay? He was in Vietnam. I mean, he should be congratulated for all the things that he's did. But, I mean, he was a POW for like 5 or 6 years. I mean, he's been in Congress forever. But let's face it, man, he's voted wrong. He's voted 90% of the time with George Bush, and he's gonna keep us in war. He might even bring back the draft. I don't want to go to war. I don't want to go to draft. I'm in college and I'm working. But who knows? He might just bring the draft back, and all men 18 to 35 are going to war like that. Matter of fact, since all this independent women stuff, all y'all women want to be just like men, he'll bring back the draft and take the women too. So because we got women in the military now, so that's boom. That's wrong. I mean, we shouldn't be at war. And then he has his vice presidential pick. Just shows how bad his decision making can be, because he chose Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin has no experience in Congress. The only experience she has is doing some stuff in the government in Alaska, which is barely a state in the United States of America, people. Okay? And then on top of all that, every time they ask her a question about stuff, whether it's the foreign policy question that Katie Couric asked her, she said that she is good at foreign policy because Alaska is near Russia, and she can see Russia from Alaska. What in the hell is that, people? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Then every time they ask her questions about how would you be good in the United States, what would you do for the United States? Well, in Alaska, good old Joe the plumber in Alaska, I did this. In Alaska, I separated taxes from people, and man, she ain't talking about nothing, man. I want to cuss, but I can't. She ain't talking about nothing. She don't know nothing about nothing. She ain't discussed nothing about no real foreign policy issues, no real tax issues, no real oil. John McCain picked her because he wanted to be the front runner in this election. He wanted to be the leader. He wanted to be the head honcho. Let's face it. If he had Mitt Romney or Mike Huckabee or Rudy Giuliani or anybody else, their name is too big. It'd been McCain, Giuliani, and it'd been the same size. But you look at the flyers. McCain big and Palin little. And who the hell knows who Sarah Palin is? Most of the people that are voting for Sarah Palin were complaining about the reason they won't vote for Barack. It's not because he's great. Because honestly, he is the greatest politician, not just greatest black politician, the greatest politician ever, maybe since John F. Kennedy. I mean, because he speaks to you clearly. If you ask George Bush a question, George Bush would dance around circles. He will never answer it clearly, and he has a different take on it. I mean, it's like the good old boy mentality, the rich white man looking out for themselves, protecting the oil tycoons, and not protecting the people that are at home, the mother with kids, the man who just got laid off from his job. Doesn't now sound like Obama. Alright, well look, listen to me, seriously, man. And then you got Sarah Palin on TV making jokes. About every question she's asked, she's making a joke. And this is not a time for jokes. This is a serious election, okay? This is the most serious election we've ever had. And the people that are voting for Sarah Palin or McCain and Palin, they didn't even know who Palin was until the day that McCain announced who she was. They had to look her up on Wikipedia or look her up on Google to find out who the hell she was. And then they complain. And those are the same people that will not vote for Barack Obama simply because he is inexperienced. When he has more experience in Congress, more experience in judicial legislation, more knowledge on the American process and the American justice system than this lady would ever have. Because he graduated from Harvard. I mean, come on now. He was a lawyer, probably a damn good lawyer at that too. Probably a just and fair lawyer. I mean, he was a senator, and he has all this experience, and he's for the people. And she really is not, and she has no experience. And then they're gonna vote for her. Oh, they just so enthralled by her that. Man, what it is they're brainwashed. That's what's really the problem. The Republicans are brainwashed. And for you black people that are voting for Republicans, I feel sorry for you, okay? For my whole life, I've known Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson slipped up. I got to talk about Jesse right quick, too. He slipped up. They caught him slipping, But Jesse's done so much for this. If without Jesse, Obama wouldn't be where he's at right now. Al Sharpton the same. Even Colin Powell. Now Colin Powell, people have said he's so white, and they try to say stuff about Colin. But Colin just endorsed Obama. Come on now, he was in the Bush administration. Okay, there it is right there. There it is right there. That's it. Vote Obama, just like Colin Powell. Because if you're a human being, and if you listen to what McCain is saying, and the direction he wants to take this country, the things he wants to do, the wars that he wants to pursue, and you look at Obama and know how he's for the people, and how he actually listens to the problems, and then he makes his decisions, then you would understand that Obama is the choice, and there's no other choice. So people, black people, young people, white people, Asian people, Hispanic people, Native American people, all people, this is the most important election in America. You need to listen up, you need to vote, you need to not get satisfied and think just because Obama's ahead in the polls or McCain is down in the polls that we're going to win this election. No, it is time to get your ass up and vote, okay? Vote Obama or die, seriously, seriously.